Hey guys, welcome to another segment of Inspire Movement. So glad that you could join us. Today we're continuing with our segment Word of the Day, and we are going to tackle a word, constancy. Before we get started though, we want to have a special shout out and thank you to Miss Gina Gomez, who was the one that asked and petitioned for this word. We're going to try to tackle it as best as we can, but we really appreciate you tuning into our segments and requesting one that is so important and critical, basically for all of us to learn. So with that, I'm going to start with the definition of constancy, or in Spanish, as for some of us that are Spanish speakers, constancia. So with constancy, it's basically the quality of being purposeful, the quality of being faithful. You can also think of it as a quality of being unchanging and unwavering, particularly when it pertains to things like purpose, to loyalty, to faithfulness, and even firmness of mind. So a really nice quotation that I found on this word as I researched it was that constancy is basically to act authentically in accordance with a set of coherent commitments. And if we try to sort of tackle that quotation and make a little bit more sense of it, think of it as a person that possesses this quality of constancy. They always act in accordance with a set of deliberate patterns or principles. Think of them, for me, as say like moral convictions that you follow, but you follow consistently all of the time, and you don't waver from those set of guiding principles. So that's one way to look at it when you have that quality of constancy. It's also important to note that essential to understanding what the word constancy is to understand that in face of conflict, this is what's going to help you from swaying from those guiding principles, is that to possess this quality of constancy. So when you have like an external authority or possibly somebody that's trying to influence you away from those moral convictions, away from those principles, if you possess this quality, that's what's going to hold you firm from caving in. The same thing if you have, say, like temptations, things like temptations of power or possibly of wealth or a status. These things are internal struggles that you would have to sort of fight through. And the way to do that is if you have this quality of constancy, that resolve and that sort of steadfastness, you're not going to sway from those strong moral convictions that you have and those principles that guide you. Another way to kind of think of it is, possessing this constancy quality, you're no longer like a leaf in the wind. You're not changing your mind on the daily and sort of going at things in a different way day by day. You are more like a rock. So you're unwavering and unchanging, and you're unapologetic as to the things that are important to you. Your convictions are so important that you don't waver, you don't change for anyone or anything. So that's possibly a little bit more simpler way to attack that. As I reflect on the word constancy in my life, one of the things that I thought of was, like, I often say to my sons, hey, perception is reality. The way that people perceive you is typically what they think to be true of you, right? And that is partially true, or is true in some sense. But when we think of this word constancy, it's definitely a little bit deeper and more profound, in the sense that if you possess this quality of constancy and you have these set of guiding principles that you live your life by and you adhere to, you don't have to sort of project something that you're not, right? Because that authenticity that you have is founded on these, strong moral convictions that you always try to be firm to. And it's not so much about what people perceive of you, it's actually who you are. So it's exactly who you are. You don't have to offer something to the world that you're not, because this is the person that you are. That's what constancy actually is, when you're actually exemplifying that quality. So I've had the good fortune of meeting people that I believe to hold firm to their convictions. I can think of a very good friend of mine, Mr. Eric, which I typically don't name drop in these segments, but it's a very dear friend of mine, which I hold in a very high standard. And I think of him as somebody that is very firm to his convictions, very firm to his guiding principles. And I sought his advice at one point and asked him, so how is it that you live out your life the way that you do? How is it that you don't, kind of change with the times or the situations? And his answer was very simple. his answer was, well, we all need a strong bedrock and foundation to lay on. And for me personally, it's my faith. And that really resonated with me. As I was seeking to have more of a spiritual nature myself, it's something that I've been trying to practice on for many, many years. And faith does provide those deliberate patterns, if you will, or guiding principles that I think we can all sort of try to adhere to be a better person and be a better person for others. And not so much because we want to be perceived that way, but because as we work on it little by little every day, it becomes who we are, and that is what we offer to the world and how we are reflecting and what we're projecting out to others. So with that, I hope that you enjoy these reflections. It's something that I take a lot of pride in, and we'd love to be able to connect with you. Please reach out to us if you have any word that you want us to try to reflect on. And I also want to impart on you that we're going to be either this week or the next, following through with starting a podcast where we seek out people that are far more knowledgeable and versed in these very important subjects that we're trying to tackle. And we will definitely keep you in touch as to when these things are uploaded, either on our website or how to get in contact with this content. But thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a blessed week. Again, sync up with us, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.